Hey, greetings, leaders. Steve Schleter here with you again to talk to you about some of the messages and MOFIRS market stats we've been talking about in equipping our agents to be that trusted advisor. And I want to go to a couple of things that might be part of the message that you can build around the folks that you're serving, your marketplace. Again, every market's different, and yet just trying to model for you kind of what we're doing to help our agents get buyers and sellers off the fence, help them be more informed. And I tell you, the reason we need to do this has never been more clear than I was preparing for an ALC call-in in preparation for a bold session. And I pulled some headlines around their market. And let me show you what I found, because this is kind of, it tells you what our consumer is experiencing. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And you'll note that this was actually out of the Charlotte, Lake Norman, North Carolina area. And I went to the local business journal and I pulled some headlines. Now imagine yourself a consumer, and this is just a minor amount of the things that folks are exposed to there. And so right here it says Charlotte housing market off to a slow start as it looks to find its footing in 2023. And then within a couple of days prior to that, you saw Zillow says Charlotte housing market will be the nation's hottest for 2023. But then there was this article that said lower sales, slower price growth, and higher supply, how Charlotte's housing market ended 2022. And then investor purchases plunged 62% in the Charlotte housing market, Redfin report says. So, geez, if you're a consumer, are you confused? You're absolutely confused. And it becomes our job in being that trusted advisor to bring them clarity and to bring things local, backed up with some evidence about possibly what the opportunity of the market is. So in our previous videos in this series, we looked first at interest rates. We know it's the one big elephant in the room. We looked at how consumption and wages were driving inflation, likely to keep interest rates elevated. We looked at how demographics and spending patterns of consumers into the future are likely to keep things elevated. And then today, let's take a different message approach. And we're going to contrast maybe the tale of two markets and some of what the opportunity might be today. And then we'll wrap it up with what might be a possible message in MOFIR. So we've developed a consumer guide to guide our clients through the conversation of the market and what the opportunities are in the market, what the window of opportunity is in our market. And if I go in and I look at Williamson County, just again, north of Austin, let's take a look at some of the stuff here. And so I'm saying 10 times the choices. Well, let's look at that. We were actually 0.3 months supply back in January, February of last year. We are at 2.5 months supply. So really, we're almost 10 times the options available. Technically, probably 8-9 times the options available. Supply levels seem to be leveling out. You notice that we've gone from 3.2 months down to 2.5 months supply. Median sales price is kind of stable at this 430, 435, 437 mark. But look at inventory. We've gone from 3,100 units in October to 2,300 active listings in January. And let's go back and what that looks like. We had 316 active listings a year ago versus 2,300. So we got choice. Now, it looks like, man, are we getting a glut of housing? Not really, because we go back to 2020. We had a seller's market even to pre-COVID because Austin had a lot of job growth, undersupply of housing inventory. And yet go back further and you go back to January 2019, 2,111 units in supply. Just before that, 2,516. As we get into May, June, we had 2,500 housing units in a normal seller's market. And here we are at 2,383 units. Inventory reflective of a normal seller's market. Obviously, we've got affordability issues that are in play. and yet we don't have oversupply. So one of the big conversations as we go out and we decide what's our message that matches the market. And by the way, what's the MOFIR, the invitation to come explore the opportunities in our market? I think the message is this. 12 months ago, buyers didn't have choices. They didn't have options. They didn't have leverage. Today, you have 10 times the choices in a housing environment that is stabilizing quickly. That would be the message. If you have any plans, now let's go to the MOFIR. If you have any plans to buy or sell a home in the next 12 to 24 months, please contact me today to schedule a no obligation strategy session. This may be just the window of opportunity for many of you to take advantage of right now. So what is the window of opportunity? We know what happens when you have declining choice. We know the negotiating leverage that you lose. So we get into the consumer guide and we start going in and talking about builder and seller concessions and how we can actually buy the interest rate down, or how we can cover closing costs, or how you can do proper due diligence today. And there's so many misguided stories out there that are confusing the consumer. It's our job, it's your job, it's my job to be the local real estate economist. This is not local, this is my market. It's local where I am. It's your job to figure this out where you are and start putting together your message that matches your market, combined with powerful MOFIRs that get people to make a decision. So why did we say 12 to 24 months? Well, in my markets, 24 months from now, if we get any kind of solid stabilizing in the economy, we're going to be right back to extreme low inventory times, where all the advantage that a buyer has gained right now will be lost. Yes, you're buying at a higher interest rate, and yet what we talked about on interest rates before, this may be the new normal. So trust this is helpful. Welcome your comments and feedback. Thank you so much, folks. See ya.